Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Nerdpocalypse Podcast. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
And Terrence.
What's up?
All right, guys, we are back. We have plenty to talk about, so we're going to hop right into it. Checked out this week. The Penguin is now officially over. Mike and I have watched all episodes of it. Terrence, you've not watched any of it. We are going to have a spoiler conversation about The Penguin. If you have not watched it or you're in the middle of watching it, fast forward a little bit and come back. All right, Micah, what are your overall thoughts on the series? And then we'll just move into the finale.
Well, as you know, I've been on this series from the moment it was announced. I believe I told you that you should really give this a shot. And,
lone voice in the wilderness.
Yeah. And, once again, I was correct. No, I wasn't high on The Penguin when it first was announced. I'm like, all right, I get it, but like a spinoff, I don't know. I'm not huge on spinoffs, but I enjoyed Colin Farrell's performance in the Batman, but and his performance wasn't any of the issues that I have with the Batman. But at the same time, I didn't really like, who cares about the Penguin, right?
Right.
Yeah, no, they made me care. They really did make me care. And they made me care about a couple other characters. And boy, did I work myself into a shoot, brother.
Yeah, you did.
No, the series is very good. It's this is how you do. This is how you take a well-established property and make it your own, right? Like, I don't know. I still haven't seen those Joker movies. I hear the first one is
they're not as
pretty
good.
Right. I hear the first one's pretty good, and I hear the second one is like bad on purpose. But it all the wrong people liked Joker.
The first
so
one.
I was like, well, So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna subject myself to that. But all the wrong people like that. All the right people like the Penguin. The series is really good. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It has characters in it that are very reminiscent of their comic counterparts, but tweaked in a way to fit this narrative, fit this world. It makes me want to go back and watch the movie. That's the best thing I can. One of the best things about a spinoff is like, wow, like this complements the movie very, very well.
Mm-hmm. It does.
And it kind of feels essential for where this character is going to go in the Batman Part 2, right? We see the rise of this guy. Colin Farrell, look, man, I don't know if it's the makeup, or I don't know if it's Colin Farrell's acting ability, or a combination of both. I think it's a combination of both. You forget that guy is Colin Farrell, right? Like,
you really do.
You really forget about it, and he makes that character his own. The voice, the waddle, the makeup, everything about it. He created a character, and yeah, man, I bought in. I'm not saying every actor has to like get caked up in 3 hours worth of makeup to do something like that, but it really helps. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does.
The some of the ancillary characters or the tertiary characters, really, really great, man. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this gets like recognized at the primetime Emmys.
Yeah.
Because I think it is that good. And the ending,
Jesus,
the ending was great.
Christ. Yeah,
the ending was great. It is so good, and it fits this series so well. And going back and doing like a retrospect of some of the other episodes, like proper foreshadowing was there, and like everything just kind of made sense. And that is that's something that you don't really. There's one thing that I have a problem with, and I think you're gonna know what it is. And I looked it up to see what Matt Reeves had to say about it. Where is Batman? Right? Like, I get it, right? Like, Batman is probably now. I don't remember much of the ending of The Batman. I didn't know if he like took a sabbatical or whatever, because like, oh shit, this is hard. But
no,
this happened.
That's wild.
He didn't.
Sure.
This is right after the flood, right?
Yeah, I sure is tight, boss. Like, nah, he's got a lot of work to do.
This takes place supposedly about a week after the events of The Batman.
So he exists.
Yeah,
right. So he exists, and that's like, weird.
Oh, they make
like,
reference to him. Don't get it twisted.
Oh, okay.
But like, there's a gigantic gang war happening right now, and there was and one of the gangs created a sinkhole in the middle of Skid Row. You know what I mean? Like, right.
Which was very like a big moment. I was like, wow, I was not expecting that in this show. You know, it was like I was surprised by that. But
yeah,
like, oh, okay. Yeah, you would think he'd be more involved in that.
But I went and found something, and a quote from Matt Reeves, who says, "This was a time of great turmoil in the city. It's literally a week after what happened in the Batman. Much of the city is in desperation, so the police can't get everywhere. There's crime everywhere. It's a very, very dangerous time." That makes sense. Batman's out there trying to grapple with the aftermath of everything that happened, which to some degree he blames himself for. Okay, that's fine. I just kind of wish the show found a way to say that. Right?
Yeah,
that's all I really need. But great. And shout out to Kristen Milotti. The mother from How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
I mean, this is probably one of her best performances. I haven't seen much of her.
I can't think of another performance I've ever seen her like this fucking intense. Holy shit!
Right, like she usually like
How I Met Your Mother.
I've seen her
she's literally at the very end. Like she shows up in like one or two.
Oh.
Yeah, I've seen her in that, and I've seen her in that HBO show with that white guy.
Oh, that's good.
They all look alike. The guy that's supposed to be like the head of Google, but he calls it like
Brian Gogol. I know what show you're talking about.
Yeah, and she played like she played the mother, right? Like she just played like a white lady in it, which is, fine. You're a white lady, play a white lady, but Sophia Falcone / Gigante. I mean, this was a tour de force, man.
Yeah, this is
her episode, like episode 4 or whatever, where it was just her backstory. I mean, like,
I was like,
that was her.
They did her.
That was
so
her Emmy consideration.
Yeah, right? They did that woman wrong. It was fucked up. Yeah, she was also in a movie called Palm Springs, if you've ever seen that, which was excellent. Apparently, she was on Mythic Quest as well at one point. Yeah, look, I think the series is very, very good. I think everybody did such a good job. I think she did a great job. Obviously, Colin Farrell did a great job. Renzi Filez, he was excellent too. I really liked him as Victor. Frances Cobb, Oz's mother, played by Deidre O'Connell, she was also fucking great. The way that these characters are handled, I like that you are reminded throughout. Like they do the kind of the Sopranos things. Like, hey, look at Tony Soprano doing shit. And you're like, all right, Tony Soprano is a crook. Like he's a fucking mobster. Like he's not a good guy, but he's got a couple of moments that you think are funny or interesting or introspective. And then every so often the show is like, hey, guess what? Did you forget he was a fucking horrible person? Yeah, he still is. And that's what this show was like. Every time you got a little closer into understanding who Oz was, they were like, don't forget that this nigga is a psychopath. Like he absolutely is. So into spoiler territory here, what you find out like he has this connection with his mom, right? Like his mom is suffering from dementia. He kind of keeps her out on the outskirts of Gotham, like to protect her, right? He tells everybody else that his mother is dead, right? Because he's a gangster, right? He doesn't want to have this vulnerability. And you meet her, and again, she's suffering from dementia and all this other shit. But later in this series, what you find out is that he had two brothers, right? Like he mentions that they died when they were young, but he had two brothers. To get more of his mother's attention, he locked his brothers in a sewer that filled with water during a rainstorm and killed them on purpose.
So I think he didn't mean to do it on purpose, but then he thought about it. No, in the moment, I don't think I think he slammed the door, right? And he was like, yeah, go fuck yourself. You know I can't climb down that ladder. Go fuck yourself. Now try to get out, right? And then he left, right? But as the night went on and he realizes, I kind of got my mom to myself. I kind of got my mom to myself now. That's when I think that's where I don't think he went out there and was like, I'm gonna trap these niggas. Ha ha, boom, yeah. Right?
But he did not regret it.
He did not regret it. He did not regret it.
Was it raining when he locked them in?
Yes.
Huh.
But I think he thought that they could. No, I think he thought that they could. I think he thought that they could get out. I think he thought that they could get out. And when he goes back home, then he's like, because you see him looking off into the distance, like outside, like, what if they're gonna get out? But then, like, his mom calls him over, and then he realizes, like, I mean, this is kind of nice. Like, I don't know where they at.
Well, and then he creates a lie like, they went to the movies and they left me behind or whatever. And it's like, oh, I feel sorry for you. Come on over here. And like, what's fucked up is eventually they find out that the brothers are dead or whatever. But he doesn't realize, like they reveal it later on in the series. He doesn't realize that his mother found out soon after it happened that he did it. Because she found a flashlight in his jacket pocket. Like, oh, this motherfucker was down there. Like he did know that they were down. He wasn't at the movies. And she tells this local gangster about it. And the local gangster's like, listen, you have two options. You can either foster this shit in him and like this kid is ruthless and doesn't give a fuck. You can foster it and I'll kind of take him under my wing type of shit and teach him the game. Or you can have him ride with me and I'll fucking kill him. Yo, he's like 12. And he's like, look, I just put a fucking bullet in his head. And she takes him to this restaurant. They go to this nice restaurant, Monroe's, and they dance and they have dinner and all this other stuff. And the gangster runs that fucking place. And so she was supposed to be like, you're going to ride home with him. And that was all set. And she did, at the last minute, she decided not to. Like, so she wanted to kill her own fucking son, but then decided, you know what, I'm going to foster all this shit in him so that he can just become this gangster. And so the whole time, he thinks that this woman is proud of him and all the shit that he's been doing. But it's only because she just chose the other option of not fucking killing him. And then that's revealed to him by Sophia. Like, the level of damage that she does to him in that moment is fucked up. And she's just sitting there like, ooh, tell him what else you know. Like, just some Joker level shit. Like, it was so fucked. That scene is amazingly well done.
That scene is amazing. And here's the thing, right? Sophia has both of them trapped, right? And she's like, admit to your mother that you killed your brothers, that you didn't go save them. Admit it. And he's denying, right? Like a real gangster shit. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. What? Huh? They lying. What? No. And then she's like,
like Trump, deny.
Right. She's like, get the cigar cutter. Cut his mother's finger off unless he tells her that, right? He's like, nope, I do not, no, don't leave her alone. I mean, they're drawing blood from the mother's finger, nigga. And he's like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. And then the mother's like, yo, what the fuck? I already know, bro. Son. Give me my goddamn finger back. God damn. And even Sophia, the villain of the piece was like, yo, you were gonna let me cut your mom's finger off, nigga? What is your problem?
Yeah.
What is your problem, yo?
Like, dude, it's some serious sociopathic shit. And so you see that all, ironically, not the worst thing that happens in that episode. Like, it's not even the worst thing he does. So you see, like, you truly see, oh, this guy really isn't shit. Like, he really isn't. And all that happens, like, his mom, like, she flips out or whatever. I'll leave that to people who haven't seen it yet. And he eventually gets out, right? Like, he breaks out and he grabs a gun. He starts shooting at Sophia or whatever. He kills all these other people and he grabs Sophia, right? He's like, look, get in the fucking car. Basically, I'm going to go take you by the river and fucking blow your brains out. Like, enough of this bullshit, right? She is like in full panic because she's trying to leave. She's trying to get out of the whole thing. Like, she doesn't want to be a gangster anymore. He takes her to the fucking, to the side of the river or whatever. And he's like, I want you to look out at the river and close your fucking eyes. Like, I'm, with a gun in the back of her head. And she's just standing there and she's fucking nervous. And it's like an intense scene. You're like, all right, like it's coming. And you can see, like, from her perspective, everything starts to go blurry. Like, this idea of, like, she's being shot and right and dying. And then it's just this big white flash of light. And she opens her eyes. This motherfucker was like, yeah, I'm not going to fucking kill you. He bounced and called the cops and had the cops pick her up and put her ass back in Arkham where she had a fucking nervous breakdown the first time. That's why she's crazy. Because her father lied and put her in Arkham and framed her. And so she went fucking insane in Arkham. And so Oz's torture was not to kill her, but to send her back to Oz or to Arkham for the rest of her life. He's a fucking asshole, yo. Like, he could have just put her out of her misery. Like, nah, fuck that.
See, but
he's still not the worst thing he does in this episode. That's still not the worst thing he does.
And the thing is, right, he's playing the long game, right? Because he met with that like politician, right, to arrange all this in the beginning. The book that this is kind of loosely based on, this whole universe is loosely based on, the Penguin is the mayor. And they keep showing shots of like this woman who is they made a big deal about trying to elect a new mayor in The Batman. And they allude to a lot of in this, especially in this last episode, right? Because he's got this whole populist thing, right? Like, he is like,
that's what kicks off the entire series, actually.
Right. He's got this whole populist idea that, like, yo, these fucking elites, even in this criminal underworld, these elites are fucking, they don't respect us and they don't care about you, right? Like the working man, right? He's got that rhetoric about it, right?
Yeah, nobody does. nobody gets a trophy for dying in the ghetto, Vic. Like, wow.
Right. And so he's got that thing about him, right? And it's proven that it works, right? It galvanizes the gangsters, the underlings of the major gangs, right? Yeah, it does work. Yeah. Frighteningly well. Yeah. And he's galvanizing.
Hang out with me, eggs will be $3 a dozen. Like, wait.
And he's building essentially an army, right, to take on these two crime families, right? And he's able to fuck, I lost my train of thought. He's able to get this essentially a coalition together. And he's in that last episode, when he's setting up Sophia with the politician, he's in this courtroom and he bangs on the gavel. The politician is like talking, hey, you can't do this. I told you can't do this. He bangs the gavel and he's like, oh shit, that shit does work, because it shut the politician up. Right. Yeah. And I think he's going to be the mayor. I think he's going to try and push himself to be like the mayor, to be like more like the classic gentleman gangster kingpin type Penguin character in the Batman. I don't know. I could just be talking out of my ass, but yeah, man, like, there's a method to it. You know what I mean? There's believe it or not, there's forethought. A DC property having forethought. I can't believe it.
Yeah. And look, so all of that boils down to, look, we got to talk about the ending, because the ending is so fucking insane. And it's so
let's set it up for Terrence real quick, right? Like, the Penguin he killed Sophia's brother because like Sophia's brother is one of these elite crime gangsters, right? He was like, you want to do better for yourself, Penguin? Get the fuck out of here, right? And Penguin is a derogatory term for him, right? Like he doesn't like it, right? Because he got injured and he's got that waddle. It was like, well,
he was born with like a fucked up foot. Like that's like, yeah. And they show it. I'm like, oh, you don't need to show that. Like this is like,
yeah. Nigga got one bound foot.
It's like it's a walk. And look, that walk is like he does a really good job with it too. It's like.
Right, it's amazing how that motherfucker could get away from shit. Like,
yeah, like yo, shoot out his good leg. He can't go there.
So he killed Sophia's brother, right? Because he was being an elitist asshole, right?
He literally laughed at his idea of like this being this like populist dream of like people actually respecting him as like a neighborhood figure. He was like, oh, what's funny? Fuck. Put fucking 9 bullets in his chest immediately.
And this was the first episode, within like the first 5 minutes, right? And he goes down and he's like, fuck, like I'm in some shit now. And he goes downstairs and he sees some kids trying to like steal his car or whatever, take the hubcaps off his car. I don't know what niggas do. And
rims.
And he sees him and he's about to kill him, but he sees this one kid, right? This one kid named Victor, and he's like, please don't kill me, right? And he's got a stutter in the show, and he sees something in him, right? And he's like, you know what? I see something in you. You got an affliction. I got an affliction. We both criminals, right? I'm gonna take you under my bird wing, and I'm gonna guide you through this shit, right? And throughout the 8 episodes, you see this really sweet kid, right? He's a nice kid, just in a bad situation, right? And because of the dam breaking and the flood, he loses his family, so he's on the street. You feel real bad for this kid. He gets hooked up with this gangster, and it's all that classic, 80s, 90s dare shit, right? Like, like, and it's to a T, right? And he falls in with this crowd, and you see him kill somebody for the first time, and he's shooken up about it. Penguin's like, "Don't worry, kid, it'll get easier for you.
It'll get easier." I'm like,
he's his ride or and he's his Robin, nigga. He's his ride or die, right? Like Vic has the opportunity to leave this life behind, and he chooses to go help Oswald, right? Like he's his ride or die, right? And at the end of the show, when the Penguin has everything, he's like, I got my ma, I got Sophia's out of the picture, right? It's just you and me, Vic. It's you and me, but you're like family to me.
No. Vic says that to him. Vic says it to him.
Oh yeah, Vic says that to him, right? And he's like, shit, like I can't have this weakness. I can't have this liability, right? Because I actually care about this kid, and I can't have something happen to him because it might put me in jeopardy. So he grabs this kid, man. He's like, and he's explaining this shit to him, and he's just like, he's basically like, yo, I love you, kid, but like, you ever see that Will Smith movie where he had that dog and he had to put that dog out of his misery? And he's just he literally he literally has his arm around him and just grabs his fucking throat, just fucking squeezes it and then kind of squeezes his head till he dies, and then just drops his body there.
Jesus Christ, man.
And like the thing is, the whole idea of it's when Vic says, "You're like family to me, Oz," like that's the trigger for him, and he's just like, I can't take you with me, like, and then he just fucking kills him, and you're like, but Vic was a good person. It's like, yeah. And the Penguin is a fucking villain. Did you forget? Like, he's a piece of shit. I mean, Colin Farrell did. I mean, I figured Vic was going to die when I saw a blurb from Colin Farrell like a couple of weeks ago. They were like, yeah, we really like the show. And, Oz is such an interesting character. He was like, well, after this episode 8, I don't think a lot of people are gonna like Oz very much. I was like, oh, he killing that guy. Like, this is 100% he's gonna die. But the way in which he did it is fucked up. Like it is fucked up. But it just, and at the end, after he kills Vic, you see him, because it like his hair is kind of gray and all fucking messed up because he's been like fighting all these last couple of days and all this other shit. And then the last time you see him, he's got a brand new fucking car. He's got like a purple fucking car again. He's got, I forget what it is. It's like a Rolls Royce or some shit. He gets out of it, got the hair slicked back. It's jet black. And the motherfucker has a top hat in his hand. He's got like the fucking full tuxedo type of shit. And then he goes up to like his apartment and he's with this woman that he's with. And it's like, there's the Penguin fully realized, right? Like, and it was just, it's pitch perfect. It's a pitch perfect ending. Oh, and then
again,
the camera pans out to another shot, which is important too.
But again, right? Like his ma has a disease, right? And she's like,
her ending is fucked up.
Early in the season, she's like, look, son, my biggest fear is this disease is going to make me a shell of a person. It's going to make me a vegetable. I don't want that. You got to promise me that if this disease runs its course through me, you got to take me out. Because the one thing that I fear is just being in my body and not being able to do anything, just being a fucking vegetable. She gets that diagnosis of being a fucking vegetable, and this nigga is keeping her alive because he is, one, he's selfish, and two, he's so codependent on his mom, right? Like he gives her the thing that he promised, right? A penthouse in Gotham, right? But she's in a hospital bed, and she's just
enjoy the view.
She can see, but she's just in a total vegetative state.
She's in a vegetative state, and you see one tear come down her face, right? Like, because she is fully aware. But like, this is a nightmare for her. But this nigga is smiling like, she's proud of me. She's proud. Look, she's crying tears of joy, but she can't say it because, she's a fucking vegetable. And I told her that I would take her out of her misery, but I didn't take her out of her misery because I need my mind, right? So, and then like to complete the Oedipal complex, right? Like he's got this girl that he kind of fucks with, right? His bottom bitch or whatever, right? And he has her dress up like his mother, and he goes downstairs and he's like, hey, dance with me, right? And tell me you're proud of me, right? This woman who is dressed up like his mom, who he's probably gonna fuck later. Hey, yeah, tell me I'm a good boy. Tell me you love
her
me.
as mom. He refers to his mom,
right? And it's just,
this nigga is out of his mind. like there's the gentleman's version of Penguin and all that other shit, but he's also a fucking sociopath / psychopath. Like he just is. Colin Farrell puts in fucking work in this series, man. It's really good. It really is.
Yeah, man, it's great.
Fucking Norman Bates. That's wild.
Yeah, it is not what you would expect. When he killed his brothers, I was like, oh, this is going in a direction I was not expecting at all. Like, this motherfucker's crazy. And then when you find out his mom knew, you're like, oh, damn. This entire family has some fucking major issues. Jesus Christ. So, yeah, highly recommend.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy are going to head up a what is it called? The Department of Government Efficiency.
Yes.
Acronym is Doge. All right, yo. All right. You can't take this shit seriously. You can't. Yeah. All right, yo.
They're going to destroy the government, but for the lulz, guys, it'll be awesome.
Oh my God, dude. Oh my fucking God.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
What are Democrats going to do? Why didn't they fix it? They told you how to fix it. Don't vote for fucking morons. But go ahead. Yeah, that's cool. Best of luck. Anyway, let's take a quick break and we'll be right back.
All right. I'm sorry. I just came across my across the AP and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't fucking believe it.
All right, we're back.
Wow.
I fucking
like what the fuck is going on? Okay.
Oh shit.
Best of luck, Ben. All right. Topics this week. Micah, take it away.
Lupita Nyong'o is going to star in Christopher Nolan's latest film. She was last seen toppling this past summer's alien invasion thriller, A Quiet Place Day One, which is not a great movie, but she's great in it. She joins a robust, bold-faced call sheet that already includes Matt Damon, Tom Holland, Anne Hathaway, and Zendaya. Nolan wrote the script and is directing the project, which Universal Pictures will distribute. July 17th, 2026 is the release date. Nolan's latest comes with even less plot or logline details than usual for the highly secretive filmmaker. Let's hope that doesn't translate to the movie, because his movies are no, they're heavy on plot and light on character. And,
well, the last one everybody says was really heavy on character, right?
Which one? Tenet?
No.
No. Oppenheimer. Because it was based on a real person. You have to have the character development. It wasn't exactly.
I mean, Tenet. He didn't even have a name.
Yeah,
it was protagonist. It was Batman and protagonist.
That was it. Cool.
All right. Look, Universal has no comment. But look, it's a Christopher Nolan movie. As much as I don't like Christopher Nolan fans, I do like Christopher Nolan. I've seen
he's more hit than miss than me. For me, like he didn't like Tenet. Honestly,
yeah, I didn't really care for Tenet too much. It was fine, for spectacle, but
I like moments in Tenet. The opening scene was dope.
Yeah, but all of his movies, I think, are. I still really like Inception, like that.
Oh, that's
that. The Dark Knight. That and The Dark Knight might be my favorite movies of his.
I really like what's the one? Insomnia, or not Insomnia? What's the
Memento?
one? Yes, Memento. That's a great movie. It's been a long time since I've seen that, but I love that movie. I've seen it so many fucking times. It's insane. Insomnia was pretty good too. It's probably one of his weaker ones, but I actually like that one too.
Yeah, the misses are Tenet and The Dark Knight Rises. For me.
Oh, right. The Dark Knight Rises. I forgot he did that. I've erased that movie from my fucking memory.
For the
I wasn't a fan of that movie. Kind of hate it. Honestly. I kind of hate that fucking movie.
It's a bit of a mess. It is. It's just going to lock all the people lock all the cops down in the tunnel. For how long? I don't know. A month? They got food down there? How the fuck were they surviving? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Anyway.
Rats.
Yeah, just like John Spartan. Just fucking go down there and eat some rat burgers and you'll be all right.
Rat burger.
That's not rat.
It's the best burger I've ever had. I was like, all right, well, you've been eating Taco Bell for fucking months. Like, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, look, Christopher Nolan movies, they're still a big deal. They haven't gotten to the point of like pretension yet for me. But I do need him to kind of rein it in a bit. Oppenheimer was fucking long, bro. Oppenheimer was like 3 hours. You do not need 3. Nobody needs 3 hours to tell a story, even for movies that I like.
No, it's too. It's way too.
It's too long, man. It's too long. Like cut that shit down. But look, the cast looks great. I'm very curious to see what this is going to be about. But I gotta wait till I'm 46 to see it, which is how I gauge lengths of time now, especially for stuff that's insignificant like movies.
That's fucking hilarious.
Oh shit!
So yeah,
damn,
excited for
that's 2 years ago.
Excited for a new Christopher Nolan movie?
Sure, whatever.
I want to see the trailer. Whatever.
Yeah,
I don't really. I don't have much until I see exactly what it is.
It sounds like a good cast. I mean, this from a guy, we got to move away from comic book movies. Yeah, it's interesting. You keep picking all the comic book actors, but whatever, it's fine. It's fine.
Have to fuck.
Yeah, just like your last movie had all the fucking actors from all the major comic book movies, but it's fine.
I mean, now is that him picking comic book actors or actors picking comic book movies? Like,
I think it proves that. I think it proves that actors just like to do movies and maybe don't judge them so much.
Right, actors need work, guys.
I like to work.
Right,
right.
Like, isn't everyone on the list for this movie? They've all been in major comic book movies. Lupita Nyong'o, Holland,
with each other.
Yeah, except for Matt. Matt Damon hasn't.
No, Matt Damon's been in cameos for Thor.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he was.
Counts.
Yep.
Yeah, get out of here.
Yeah. So there you go. That's the one thing I just find amusing about all of his casting. But look, that's fine. I'm glad Lupita Nyong'o is getting a big budget movie because after she won that Oscar, they kind of relegated her to much lower tier movies for some fucking reason, which made no sense to me.
You know why?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, well.
Bad.
Well.
Reason why fucking the Doge department is going to be run by a bunch of morons.
Yo, I can't. All right, yo.
Niggas are serious human beings.
All right,
I'm about to move. Like you got a spare room, my nigga.
I do.
Because I can't. Man. All right.
Like I've been pretty loose.
Like this really pissed me off, yo. That really made me mad when you just said that shit.
Yeah, I've been. That's the first time. That's the first time
that I've heard that?
Actually, like that's the first time that I've actually like gotten like annoyed, right? Like because this whole thing has been like, all right. I mean, we're here, you know. Let's do what we got to do, right? But like this was reading that was the first time that I'm like, yo, what the fuck, man? Like what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? Speaking of what are we doing, an exasperated size, an Agent Venom movie is rumored to be in development at Sony Pictures. What?
I like this. I love it.
Sony Pictures made it clear that Venom: The Last Dance would be the final part of a trilogy, and while the movie did appear to wrap up Eddie Brock and the symbiote pals' story, while leaving the door open for more, of course, we may now know how the studio is planning to keep the franchise going. According to Daniel Richtman, whoever that is, an Agent Venom movie is in development. I'm assuming this person is like a scooper.
Yeah, he is.
In the comics, Agent Venom was Flash Thompson, who bonded with the Venom symbiote after losing his legs in service of his country. Tony Revolori is currently playing Flash Thompson in the Spider-Man movies. I can't imagine him being like you damn near choked yourself.
No, the little Indian kid? No, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, no, I don't think so.
If you haven't seen Venom: The Last Dance yet, be warned. Here are some major spoilers. You know what? I don't care if you've seen it or not. I'm going to spoil it per this article. As Venom sacrifices himself to prevent Null from invading the planet, we see one of the xenophages eating the legs of one of Strickland's soldiers. I guess Strickland is True Ejiofor's character, whose last name is given as Thompson. Then, in a post-credit scene, we see a cockroach fitting near a broken vial that previously had been used to house a viral shred of the symbiote.
Cool.
All right, yo. Why do you like this?
Oh, me? No, I was just being sarcastic.
What are you talking about?
Oh, okay.
Are you kidding me? Anything done by Sony is a terrible idea.
I can't detect sarcasm anymore because the Doge department exists. So
how am I supposed to know what's real?
Right.
Yeah, look, I think this is generally
a bad idea.
Money grab. Yeah, I mean it's just like a money grab. Look, Venom did very well financially, even though those movies are increasingly terrible. If this does happen, and it's just a rumor right now, if it does happen, stay over there. But at the same time, they've wrapped up that story, and it's clear that the symbiote exist in the MCU. Just let the MCU handle it. I don't need any more bullshit from you. I think it would be interesting to do Agent Venom at some point, but I would like to just see classic Venom. If you're gonna do it, I don't need it. But if you're gonna do Venom, do a classic version of Venom in the MCU. I think that'd be kind of fun. But I think Agent Venom, like down the road, sure, it's an interesting way to kind of move the symbiote off from just being the Eddie Brock version. So, all right, it's fine, but I don't need Sony doing it, and I can't wait to see Kraven next month, guys. Super excited.
I fucking forgot about that fucking movie.
You should. I hope everyone does. I hope that movie's terrible. I really do. Hope it does fucking terrible.
I was looking up Box Office Mojo to see how much that last movie made. I mean, $400 million worldwide.
Yeah, it just crossed it.
$196 million.
But the first one made like almost $1 billion, I think.
Yeah, it was almost $1 billion, like $700 to $800 million. Yeah.
When did that first movie come out?
Oh,
25
years ago?
2019?
Something like that.
Yeah, I just
2018.
2018.
856 million.
Yeah, it's just funny how, what trends during, certain eras of the country, right? Like Joker was really, really, really popular in 2019. I wonder what was going on in who was president in 2019 that a lunatic white serial killer in clown makeup was really, really popular. What was going on? This god awful Venom movie made $1 billion. This dumb movie made $1 billion. I wonder what dumb thing was happening when the movie came out.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Whatever it was definitely efficient. I hope the government wasn't fault. Department.
That makes me so mad, yo. That really pisses me off. I want to punch that dude in his fucking face. In his dumb South African face. Like, you don't even go here, nigga. How the fuck? You know what? It's fine. Whatever, dog.
Can I tell you something? Here, because he's a deeply unserious person, I'm going to tell you something. It is going to make you mad, but I'm only telling you this because I want your honest-to-God reaction. So there's the Tesla Model S, right? That was the first one, right? The fucking big boy. Then there is the Model... There's the Model 3, right? That originally was going to be the Model E, right? Because now he has also the Model X because he wanted.
Nigga, if you about to say, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right. And then there's the Model Y, right?
Sexy. Fuck off. Go next story, please.
I'm just saying.
Kevin Feige pretty much confirms Miles Morales is headed to the MCU. Like, come on, man. This nigga is a clown, yo.
Yeah. USA.
I'm Dark Maga. I'm Dark Maga.
Is something wrong with him? Is something wrong with him?
He's got Asperger's or something like that.
He has ASD.
Yeah.
You gotta just leave.
I don't give a fuck though.
You just gotta leave it there. You just gotta leave it there. You just gotta.
I don't
want to offend. I don't want to offend normal people. You know what I mean? I don't. Not normal people. I don't want to offend people with whatever he has.
Yeah, that are normal functioning people.
That are normal people.
Yeah, he's an asshole. But he's a fucking having ASD is not an excuse for being a fucking dickhead.
It really isn't.
No. Like, he just needs to get drop kicked in his chest one good time. Which would be
basically it's the Model 3 was supposed to be the Model E. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
So it's just the elite way of spelling it then.
Yeah. This is a fucking dork. This is a fucking
so he still did it. He just
well some
your way.
Yeah, but some other company came out with like the Model E or something like that, and so he didn't want to call it that at the same time or something like that. But yeah, that was the original plan.
All right.
No, I'm saying he still did it.
Yeah, he still did it. Like ultimately, yeah.
Okay. All right.
But that's why it went Model S to Model 3, which is like that's kind of a weird thing. Well, because that wasn't originally it.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I normally don't want people to see me like act like that, get bothered by what they do. But
like, why not? You should be bothered by what the fuck they do.
Oh, I'm bothered, but I don't like giving people the satisfaction of like, hey, got him, right? Like, I don't like giving people that satisfaction, but like, I don't know, that really did it. That really did it.
Like everyone has their breaking point. And the Doge department, everything else, but the Doge department is the thing that did it.
No, because it's everything, and then you know, just a feather, just a little feather to break the fucking back. Like, all right, yeah. all right.
It's the Monty Python, like the guy trying to close the wallet that's got like all the fucking
yeah,
or the Seinfeld version of that. Yeah, it's a buffoon. He's just a fucking buffoon. And he's also addicted to ketamine, which is probably the reason why he's acting like a fucking idiot. And he's also a transphobe, so you know that's cool. All right, next up, yeah, Kevin Feige pretty much confirms Miles Morales is headed to the MCU. In a statement, he's talking about you know, sort of the future plans and everything else. He says shortly after the third SpiderVerse movie, Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, quote, Miles will appear in the third Spider-Verse, which is currently in production. I hope that shortly after that, he can enter the MCU in live action. I think that's largely plays to what we had been talking about previously, that most likely at the end of that movie, one of the universes he hops into or is thrown into is the MCU. Like
it's gonna be a live action.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So makes all the sense in the world. I think you have him and Tom Holland in a movie, one or two movies together, and Tom Holland steps away, and Miles is the Spider-Man for the universe. Like, cool. All right.
So he's just gonna, because at the end of, what was it, No Way Home, Far From Home, whatever the last one was,
Far From Home.
Everyone forgets who he is. Is it the same universe?
Yeah, I would.
It's the same multiverse or whatever.
Yeah,
and they just don't know who he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you know, I mean, Miles is hopping around multiple universes on his end of the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason why he couldn't end up in ours in the MCU. I mean, I think it's the easiest way to not have to do a bunch of fucking hand wringing and all that. Just fucking, and also like he comes in already established. You don't have to be like, how do I become Spider-Man? You don't have to do all that shit. Like, I already know how to be Spider-Man, motherfucker. Like, these are my Jordans. I got it. Like, just put them on with the suit. Which would be fun. I think if you take that one with all the stuff that he knows and everything else and throw him into the MCU, I think that could be really fun. I have this thought that if you're going to do that, they have to be collapsing these worlds, right? Like, that's the whole thing. And like was it Deadpool and Wolverine? They talked about the anchor being like when that person dies, then the universe dies. Maybe, what was it, in the last Spider-Verse movie, they were saying that Miles' dad has to die, right? Wasn't that the whole thing? And he just like kind of refused.
Yeah, that's his canon event. Yeah,
that's his canon event, right? Like, what if the canon event for him, what if his dad is the anchor being of that universe? Like, his dad does in fact die, and that's what causes his world to collapse. And then he gets pushed into, they're sort of consolidating, and that's how he ends up in the MCU. Like, that would be kind of an interesting way to play it, because you've kind of canon event, anchor being. I mean, that seems like kind of the same thing to me for the most part. So that could work.
But you also have all those other spiders looking for him.
Yeah. Yeah, like
that's a lot.
Again,
there's a lot going on.
Right. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But that's just a theory. I mean, it also would matter, how do you bring him into the MCU with all the other characters? Like, are you going to bring him in where none of
That's why I asked if it's the same universe.
I don't know. I mean, I would say that, like, I mean, they may just do a brand new thing where they're just like, this is just Miles and we're starting from scratch. Maybe. But I'm just saying, like, even calling that movie Beyond the Spider-Verse feels like it's an odd title. Like, what's beyond the Spider-Verse? Like, you know what I mean?
Well,
I think
I think the Beyonder is going to.
Oh, that's right.
Like, be a factor in that, right? And the Beyonder is basically just like this omnipotent, interdimensional being. It's comic book nonsense.
Yeah.
That they can, and it's a get out of jail free card. Especially with Secret Wars coming up. You know what I mean? I don't know if the Disney people are talking to the Sony animation people. But I would think they were, right? Like if because like you said, it's a weird title, Beyond the SpiderVerse, right? You could find out that like the Beyonder is I don't know, part of the reason all this is happening, or you can introduce the Beyonder and then that can kind of lead you into Secret Wars. I don't know what comes out first. Probably, I don't know what comes out first. The Secret Wars come out first? Or does the Spider-Man
no, I think
come out first?
I think Spider-Man.
Because I know it got pushed back a while, right? Like
Spider-Man is 2027. And oh, wait, no. Yeah. It says that it's worth noting Tom Holland's Spider-Man 4 comes out 2026, just 2 months after Avengers Doomsday. But Secret Wars is May 2027. So I don't know. Honestly, it all depends on how fast Sony can get the shit out. That timing is really going to.
This character looks fucking ridiculous.
Oh, the Beyonder. Yeah.
I'm just started googling the Beyonder.
Like all of the versions of his costume are fucking silly. I'm like, is he in a robot outfit or is he wearing a double-breasted white suit? Like,
like he's about to go to fucking Studio 54 in the 70s.
Right? Is he a member of the Bee Gees or is he like what the fuck is happening here?
Yeah, this character design is ridiculous. So yeah, I don't exactly get it. And someone fan cast Henry Cavill as the Beyonder. You know what? With these images, like, yeah, put this nigga in a Steve Harvey double-breasted and get out there. That's fine. Yeah, that suit is dumb. So look, hopefully he's in there in a cool and interesting way. So we'll see. Last but certainly not least, Denzel Washington confirms, because that's who he is. He not waiting for no kind of fucking announcement. He's just saying the shit. Denzel Washington says he will be in Black Panther 3, and it will be one of his last movies before he retires. When Micah sent me this, I was like, how the fuck am I supposed to respond to this? Like, yay, and I'm upset and sad that Denzel Washington is retiring. That fucking sucks. Yeah, like, so, I mean, for people who don't know, Washington actually was one of the people who actually funded Chadwick Boseman's acting career. And so Chadwick Boseman had long said that there would be no Black Panther if it wasn't for Denzel Washington, which is true. So, yeah. So Ryan Coogler was like, look, I'm going to write you a part in this shit. So I don't know who he's going to play. We have no idea. Maybe he's the Beyonder. I have no idea. But that sounds pretty dope to me. I can't believe Denzel Washington is going to be in a Marvel movie. That is amazing. And next Wednesday, I'm going to go see Gladiator 2 because I'm super fucking excited for it. So, all right.
Oh, yeah, that's come out. Yeah, this is dope. And I'm pretty sure Ryan Coogler was like, do you want to be in it? When he said, sure, I'll be in a Marvel movie, he probably fucking did a fucking happy, joy dance.
Of course.
Why wouldn't you want fucking Denzel in your movie, man?
Yeah. Right. I mean, that's just like an icon.
Come on, man. And like, Denzel Washington wouldn't be in any other movie, by the way. He wouldn't be in any other movie, Marvel movie. Like, get the fuck out of here, right? You're not going to see.
Like, he'd have his pick of which movie he want to be in, 100%. Yeah. And of course, this is the perfect pick.
Yeah. Right.
It's fucking Denzel, man.
Any thought on who he could play? There's got to be a one and done, right?
Somebody from Africa by way of Mount Vernon, New York.
I want him to be a fucking villain, yo. Fuck that. I want him to be a villain.
Look.
I don't think they would do that. I don't think they would do
No,
that.
I think he would have.
I think he would have a fucking blast. Huh?
Yeah. I think he would. I don't think Ryan Coogler would write a villain role for him. Not after what that man. Not after what they wrote a whole movie eulogizing Chadwick Boseman. Like, I don't think he would. I don't think he would. I don't think he would write a role for him.
Nah,
like
I think he gets a villain role. Yeah,
Here's what happens if Denzel Washington says, "I want to be a villain," that nigga's gonna be a villain.
Okay, that's what's going to happen. If he says it, if he don't care, if he don't care, I feel like they're going to treat him with so much reverence. I feel like he's going to be like the first Black Panther, and this new Black Panther that's coming up.
Look, I would love it.
I think he is going to be like in the purple. He's going to have a whole scene of just him in the purple. With the purple backdrop and this new Black Panther, whoever this young black actor is going to be, right, to play this role. I think he's going to go up and it's going to be just like that scene in the first Black Panther where Chadwick Boseman is like, yo, what the fuck, yo, what do I do? What do I do, folks? And he's going to be the first Black Panther, and that guy, and it's going to be like a really good like passing of the torch moment, right? Like for whoever they cast as this new Black Panther.
Look. As much as I agree that a villain role would be dope, that idea is actually fucking really good. Like that's a really good moment, yo. Because like you could go to him a couple times, right? Like he has a couple big speeches, because like Denzel, you give that nigga some lines of work where he gonna deliver the shit out of it. Like it would be kind of awesome.
Now, is he gonna do an African accent? Is my question.
Nah, you can't, yo. You can't. Like, you just gotta let this nigga be from New York. Like we just gotta let him be from New York. That's insane. That would be crazy. Have you heard his Bahamian accent? Nah, like that's not for him. He was the Black. He was the Black
African accent.
Nah,
he was the Black Panther from Brownsville.
Yeah, he was from Brooklyn. Black Panther, why do you not have an accent? Because in the afterlife you don't have accent. Shut up, nigga.
Look. He played a Scottish general. He played a black Scottish general from fucking New York. He can play the first Black Panther with his regular ass accent.
Yeah, I don't need him to try to do it. That would be crazy. Like we don't need a laughable fucking moment from him. I want him to fucking kill that shit. But look, I think he would have a blast as a villain, but you're right. Like it's not like this dude's young enough to be doing action roles and shit. Like that's crazy. But it would be interesting to have him play
the fucking Equalizer. They can superimpose his head on somebody's body.
That's wild. That's a wild moment.
That'd be fucking hilarious.
Hello, everyone.
The mask comes up and it's fucking Denzel. We're like, nigga, knock it all the way off. Like, what are you talking? Like, what are you doing?
Like,
you jumping off of buildings and shit.
What was that? Like that Queen Latifah movie or whatever, where they had her like doing all this like stunt bicycle riding, and then like she takes off. She had like a hood on.
Oh, what the fuck movie was that? Oh my god, I know what you're talking about.
Like your knees are not built for that.
Like it was the very beginning of the movie.
Yeah, it's like I don't think so.
She's doing parkour on a bike, and she comes up and is like, "Oh, I beat the fastest time," and it was Queen Latifah. I'm like, okay, you got it, movie. You're already just okay. Just broke the laws of physics. Sure.
Like yeah, all right, cool. But yeah, I like the idea of him playing the first Black Panther. That's kind of dope. Like that would be kind of a cool thing. And then like bring what's the name back? Michael B. Jordan. Because like that idea of having maybe those two characters like a angel demon type of thing on this young Black Panther's shoulders would be kind of dope. Like I mean there's real potential to have a lot of like black Hollywood, like black male Hollywood, like in those moments. Like I think that would be kind of dope, like showing more of the former Panthers. Like that would be kind of fun. So I can see it. I can see that.
We'll see, man. But if you thought that first movie made $1 billion, nigga, this movie gonna make $1 billion domestically.
Okay, what the fuck? Brought to you by JTD from the Edit That Out podcast. Micah, take it away.
This will be interesting to hear where you think this is from. An elderly woman desperate to keep her drug and gambling addicted son away from temptation, installed an iron jail cell inside her home. After more than 20 years of living in constant fear of her drug addicted son, a 64-year-old woman took extraordinary extraordinary measures to protect herself and her neighbors. She recently had contractors build a jail cell in her home where she could confine the 42-year-old man when he became violent. She told police that he had tried everything to save her son over the years, including several rehabilitation attempts in over 10 different centers across the country, but nothing worked, and he became increasingly violent as time went by. To make matters worse, at one point, the son became addicted to gambling as well, which made things worse.
South Korea. They like gambling and like those games and shit.
Gambling. 65-year-old elderly woman. She had someone build a fucking cell in her house, and they weren't like, this is a little odd. Like Florida.
This is in Thailand, but I'll accept your Floridian answer. I spent a lot of time there, and I know what those people are like.
And some of them should be locked up in cages inside their houses.
For 20 years, I've lived in constant fear, says the mother. I have lived alone with my son since my husband passed away. One of the causes of my husband's death was depression and stress caused by my son's drug addiction. I installed iron bars.
Nigga, is this the jail cell?
Because I was worried about my safety and that of my neighbors.
Bruh, what the fuck? Yo, this is crazy.
Like a scene out of that JCVD movie Death Warrant. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yo, this is crazy. Wow.
All right. Wow. Okay. This is not acceptable behavior, guys.
Man, the room has
a toilet.
The room with the bars has essential amenities such as a bed, bathroom, Wi-Fi, and she designed a small hole to deliver food and drinks to my son and installed a CCTV system to monitor his behavior 24 hours a day. I believe this measure will protect me and my neighbors from his aggressive behavior. There you go, guys. This elderly Thai woman has solved the prison problem. Instead of having for-profit prisons, just have a dungeon.
House.
Yeah, just have a dungeon in your house.
Yeah,
you got a lot of natural light. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, it don't look that bad without, if it wasn't for the bars, it might, got my own section. Nobody bothers you. You know what I mean? The gate looks strong enough that, like, my 2-year-old won't fucking knock it down like he does the baby gate in my office / his playroom. So, yeah,
this is wild. I love that people were like, "Oh yeah, we'll build it, no problem." You got any questions? No.
It's fine.
The curtains, though, yo. Like,
again, have you ever seen the movie Death Warrant? You ever seen the movie?
I have not.
No. All right, that's a No Time to Bleed episode. That movie is wild. It is super.
This seems a little bit disrespectful. Like that feather on top of the.
That's the end of it.
Yeah, like why do you need the curtains? Right? Why do you need
a little bit decor? Some decor,
Yeah, you don't need decor.
but you have the curtains, right? Because you don't want to see people in jail, right? Like, I get it, right? Like, nobody cares about people incarcerated, like, even if they're in your own home. But they're not even blackout curtains, yo. Like, so you can still yeah. Like, I know you see me. Like, at least have blackout curtains if you're gonna fucking, you know what I mean?
Yo, this is crazy. How much did this fucking cost? What does she do for a living? Was she like, yo, I need you to build a prison in my house, or put some bars in this fucking corner of my house?
They were like, say less, my nigga. Like, we got it.
Like, God damn. That's sad.
Yeah, that's very weird. All right, Terrence, you're up.
This woman faces divorce after giving birth to a dark-skinned baby.
Oh.
America.
Oh.
A young woman had the happiest day of her life turn into a nightmare after her husband asked for a paternity test because of their newborn's baby's suspiciously dark skin.
This could literally be anywhere in the fucking world. Like,
this paper recently reported the bizarre case of a 30-year-old woman desperate to save her marriage after giving birth to a dark-skinned baby.
Bizarre case? I don't know if bizarre is the word I'd use. Like, sounds a little bit more common these days than I think people's porn searches would like to admit.
The woman took to social media to tell her sad story and asked other mothers for advice on how to handle the situation. She claims that after delivering the baby, when it came time for her husband to meet his son, for the first time, he just stared at him with bewildered eyes and refused to hold him.
He doesn't look like me. He looks like the mailman.
The woman admitted that she had too found the baby's dark skin odd and felt embarrassed when holding it, feeling the need to clarify that she had never been to Africa and didn't know any black people.
Okay, Norway?
And what did you say, Mike?
I mean, I said America, but that quote of she's never been to Africa and doesn't know any black people, like that. Okay, that makes me think that it's probably over on that side of the planet. And it's never been to Africa, which is like a lot of people, but like never seen a black person before. Yeah, it feels like it's one of them Scandinavian countries. I think you might be right, Jay. I think it's one of them Scandinavian countries. You said Norway?
I said Norway.
I'll say I don't know, Sweden. Ain't no black people in Sweden, right? Except for this one baby.
And whoever the baby's real father is.
Right, whoever the baby's real dad is.
This is China.
China. Yeah, they don't like us either.
All right.
Nobody likes us. Man. Nobody likes us.
Ironically, there are like tons of mixed kids in Norway, actually, because niggas go over there and those women are like, oh shit, what's going on? Like, that's apparently like, very popular over there.
Wow.
Yeah,
not only the
that baby isn't black. That baby is purple. Like, they got a lot of pollution shit going on over in China. This seems real to me.
Yeah, yo, like, you better, is that like, somebody check on that baby, make sure the umbilical cord is not wrapped around his neck, yo, because that baby is mighty purple.
It is very purple, yeah.
That's mauve.
Like, eggplant, if you will.
Yes.
Anyway. Not only did the woman's husband show no joy or interest in the baby, but he also asked for a paternity test to prove that child was his. The woman agreed, but despite knowing that it would prove her husband's paternity, she felt wronged by her spouse and said that the trust between them had already been broken. So is it his or not? Like, what,
right, that's what I want to know.
So apparently it is. This phenomenon can occur naturally in newborns because their skin tissue is thin and their blood circulation is poor. One self-proclaimed expert commented, "Nigga, what the fuck kind of story is that?" What?
Self-proclaimed only black man in local area says.
Self-proclaimed expert comment. It's very common for dark red skin to eventually turn white. Is that true?
Bro, this article, yeah, my father need to see this article because he thought my is that what he look like? It's like, he gonna get darker. You sure? Like, what the fuck, yo? Like,
that's a wild statement. Yeah, that's a wild.
This is very common. Someone else confirmed. The skin color will lighten over time. Again,
I always thought it was the other way around.
The opposite. Yeah. Others were more concerned with the husband's attitude and his lack of confidence in the young mother, advising her to have a long, hard conversation with him about their relationship after the paternity tests came out. So I guess it is his.
Yeah, yo,
But
if it's yours, yo, stop being an asshole.
yeah,
Also,
but that's a little strange.
yeah, I mean, fucking DNA is crazy. This picture of the mother, quote unquote, holding the child. This isn't a good look for this whole family. Yo. Like, it really isn't. Yo, she looks distraught. She's just like,
where is this black baby from?
you know where.
Wow.
I don't know. This is fucked up. I feel sorry for this kid when he reads this article fucking 20 years from now. Like, and he's still mauve. Like, he's like, I could have been a detective in an Apple TV show. Like, I had dreams, Dad. I had dreams. All right, my story, very fucking weird. Apparently, influencers are eating pig feed in extreme attempt to save money.
Pig feed, FEED.
Yeah, not feet. Niggas do that already. This is feed. A popular streamer recently sparked controversy by eating pig feed on camera as part of a challenge to live on the cheapest food she could find. This person,
Russia.
White lady.
this woman posted controversial videos in which she announced a self-imposed challenge to live on the cheapest food she could find for at least 1 week. The popular streamer told her fans that she had browsed forums known for sharing budget-friendly tips and found pig feed to be the best option. The answer is Chinese. She is a Chinese woman.
I would not have guessed that. That seems like some first-class grade A Caucasian attention whoring. That's what that sounds like.
I'm not going to wash my legs, and I'm going to eat this pig feed and save myself a lot of money.
Pig
And
feed.
I'm going to wear a bracelet.
Cost in China.
Yeah, that story is so stupid. It's so salty, a bit sour too. I cannot stand it. I need to drink more water, says moron. She's trying to swallow mouthfuls of pig feed mixed with hot water. Despite the milky oatmeal smell of the dry mix, the prepared version was not as pleasant, but the influencer didn't let that stop her from telling viewers that she would try to live on it for at least a week. Quote, during times of famine, pig feed was a valuable resource. But today, with better living standards, why take such a risk, says one person with a functioning brainstem. So, yeah, there you go. Y'all eating pig feed?
So social media rots the brains of everybody, not just us.
No, it's everybody. Everybody's dumb as shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat what they give pigs. Ooh, let's see if I can get enough clicks. The fuck is wrong?
You can get a big giant bag of pig feed for the same amount you get for a cup of noodles. How much does a pig feed cost? I don't know.
It can't be much. It can't be much.
She said the cheapest. Okay. I mean, it does fatten up the pigs. I guess it's got a lot of protein in it. Who knows? I don't know. What is it?
I don't know. It doesn't. It doesn't. I don't think it says. They say that it is not formulated for human digestion. No shit. It's for fucking pigs, you dumbass. So yeah, best of luck shitting your asshole out. For the clicks, for the lols. Yeah, humans are just if we can just get one of those fucking Armageddon meteors or asteroids to just hit the Earth tomorrow, that'd be great. Let that be the great reset. Good Lord. What is wrong with you all?
Barley, wheat, corn, soybeans, and canola meal.
Oh, that is wrecking your insides up pretty heavily, because it's just going to be an insane amount. It's just I'm good. These people are dumb. All right, trailers this week. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. First I was out, and then I saw this, and then I'm so right back in. Thanks a lot, Tom Cruise. God damn it. What do you guys think?
It looks good, man, but so did fucking, Dead Reckoning. That wasn't very good.
I haven't.
Did you ever finish it?
I haven't finished it yet. I haven't. And I have to before watching this.
This looks good. It does. It looks like a Mission Impossible movie, but I don't know what the fuck to expect at this point. I really don't. Because again, it looks crazy.
You heard Tom Cruise at the end of this trailer. He said, "I need you to trust me one last time, please." Please, I really need this movie to like do gangbusters, please.
The last one made like 500 million, right? Last one made a pretty penny, but it just wasn't like what it normally makes.
Yeah, and that's the only thing that matters when it comes to art. How much we can profit from it.
That's right.
Look, there was a lot that was wrong with Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning. But the story was dumb, even for a Mission Impossible movie.
Yes.
But the biggest thing that I think they really fucked up on is the marketing of the movie. You go to these movies to see all this like crazy shit, all this outlandish stuff, and all the action, and they shot their load in a lot of the marketing, and it wasn't like exciting. And you couple that with your really dumb plot of like an evil AI and a human working for the evil AI. It was very clunky. So these movies are just big MacGuffin hunts.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with that. I just want to see some stuff that I haven't seen before. And the marketing for Dead Reckoning, yeah, I didn't see it before, but like I saw it every 5 minutes, every time a trailer came up, every time a TV
Yeah,
spot.
they gave away the big stunt. It made no sense. Yeah.
Right. So just kind of keep it in your pants and, just let this come out. It's Tom Cruise. It's Mission Impossible. It's the 8th or 9th movie. It sells itself.
Yeah, they sell them.
You don't need a bunch of trailers for this.
Yeah. And when does it come out?
May.
Oh, yeah. Look, again.
Damn. So they're gonna have a bunch more trailers. This should be the only one.
This really should be the only one.
Yeah. Just give me one. Give me one a little bit close to the movie coming out, just to remind people. And it's basically this: move some scenes around. It doesn't. You don't give away. Don't give away big stunts. I mean, there's clearly there's a big stunt with those two like old school planes.
Yeah, the prop helicopter. Yeah.
Yeah, and that looks good. Like it looks fun. That's enough. That's enough. There's some underwater shit. It's enough. I got it. Tickets are already bought, Tom. It's fine. Tickets are already bought. I gotta watch your last shit movie. But the tickets are already bought.
Also, Tom Cruise's face is.
Don't do that. How dare
he's finally starting to get old.
No, yeah,
he's
man.
61 years old.
It came at him fast, man. It feels like it came at him fast. And I need this to be like his last outing. You keep the franchise going.
Last outing? Tom Cruise will retire?
In this role.
Yeah. No, this is okay, I agree with that. I was like, we're not retiring Denzel Washington and Tom Cruise. They're get the fuck out of here with this.
No, Tom Cruise can still act, but I need Tom Cruise to put Ethan Hunt to bed.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
And
that's fair.
And keep the franchise going. You could start over. You could start the franchise over if you want, but and have it get back to its more Cloak and Dagger roots.
Yeah.
Before it became my midlife crisis for 2 hours, right? This old man's midlife crisis. I still got it, guys. I can still run. It's not impressive to me him running anymore.
Yeah, he's been doing it for the last 20 years. This series will be 30 years old in 2026.
God damn,
that's crazy.
First one came out in 1996. Man.
Wow.
Wow. He was 30. What is he? 32 years old when the first one came out. Denzel is going to be 67 to 70 years old next month. Jesus Christ!
I refuse to believe this. It's fucking insane. Wow. All right. Cool. All right. Sounds good to me. I'm back in. I didn't want to be, but I fuck it if I'm not. Brad had a really funny post in the Discord about that. He was like, I have so many nuanced issues with Dead Reckoning. Watch this trailer. All right, I'm back in. God damn it. So yeah, it's a well cut trailer. It really is. All right, next up, What If Season 3. This is the same exact issue. I didn't even finish Season 2 of What If. I just like stopped giving a fuck. And then I watched this trailer. I was like, well, fuck me. I got to go back and watch this because this looks very good. And it's a good reveal at the end. Micah, did you watch Season 2 of What If?
Yeah, I finished it.
Yeah. What about you, Terrence?
Don't care.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't.
I don't even like the animation. Honestly, it looks cool, but I don't like that style.
I'm not a huge fan of it either. Especially over time, the style is wearing on me.
It depends on what it is. It depends on what I'm looking at, right? Like it's like that episode of Seinfeld where his girlfriend like looks good in certain light and looks bad in certain light.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it. The second season wasn't as good as the first season, in my opinion. I think I don't think they really did enough with the concept of like what if, like what could possibly be, like okay, like and the epitome of that is like bro Thor, right? Where Thor was just like a party guy, but like those Taika Waititi movies were just like bro Thor, right?
Yeah.
So
there was no difference at all.
It didn't feel like a difference. So yeah, I think the first season was better. This, I guess, is the last season, the way they're talking. Yeah, I'll watch it, and I'll hope that it's better. Storm is in it, so it's already better.
Yeah, and she's the sort of the Thor of her universe, which is kind of yeah. There was rumored that she was going to show up, and I was like, all right, that's dope. I like that. So very cool. So I'll have to go back and watch the last. I think maybe have like 3 episodes or something like that left of that second season. Trailer for Thunderbolts. This I think looks pretty fun. It's nailing a good tone for me. I like it. They're showing a lot more. And I like how they're just like, wow, Bucky is really fucking cool. He's just a fucking badass. And you finally get the answer of who is going to buy Avengers Tower. Now you know, which was cool. But yeah,
it's actually made me interested because I didn't really. The first 2 trailers I watched, or the first trailer, I wasn't really interested. This made me slightly interested in it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna check it out.
It looks better than the other trailers for this.
Yeah.
I like that. This whole fight scene with all of them as they meet up is that's going to be fun. Like that, just the way they utilize all their powers and shit looks really dope on screen. So, and I'm very interested to see what they do with the Sentry because that's it's an odd character, man. Bob is a weird fucking character. So we'll see.
I was very curious. This movie is the one that I was the most skeptical on. You know, it feels like they're just kind of feels like we're reheating leftovers and trying to make it a meal. And but this trailer, like Terrence, this trailer kind of does it for me. Like, all right, I'm buying what they're selling, right? Like, because like they're all literally just like knockoff versions of more popular characters, right? Like,
yeah,
and like I'm not a huge John Walker guy. Like fuck you, dude. Like I remember you in that shit. And you know, Red Guardian just seems kind of like sad. I like Yelena and her like I don't give a fuck attitude. And then everybody likes Bucky, right? But Ghost and Taskmaster, I mean, they're damn near interchangeable for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but I do like this trailer, and Yeah, this is the one that did it.
All right.
Does anybody remember Ghost?
Yes, of course.
Was she in Ant-Man?
From what?
She was from Ant-Man.
Yeah, y'all remember. I'm talking about y'all. Do y'all remember?
That was really weird because you were like looking up and not at the actual screen. It was like a super odd thing. Like, who is he talking to? Last but certainly not least, Captain America: Brave New World. I thought I liked.
Yeah, this looks awesome. Like again, I wasn't super interested in this either, but then this trailer, I'm like, all right, I'm in. This is basically what happened with y'all with fucking Mission Impossible. I'm definitely in for this one.
Yeah. I think these two trailers have been cut really well. The music works really well in both of them. And I really liked the first one, the first trailer for this, but this one is even better. I thought that was dope. There had been a shirt, like a crew shirt that people had taken pictures of showing that helmet, that new helmet he has for like basically supersonic flight and shit like that. That came out a couple months ago. So it's cool to see the helmet actually being used in the trailer, like, which means there's going to be a lot of like them taking on jets and shit, which is pretty dope. So I'm here for it. I think it looks fun as hell. Michael, your thoughts?
I mean, of course I'm gonna like this. This is me. This is what I like, right? Just some fucking military science fiction bullshit starring a black guy. Hell yeah! Like give this to me. This is one of those movies that if this movie's not good, I'm going to be personally offended. I'm going to be distraught if this movie's not good, right? Yeah. And it looks great. It looks like it's right up my alley. Yeah, man, it just looks dope. Everything about it.
I like how he uses the equipment that he has, knowing he doesn't have superpowers. He doesn't have like a super soldier serum.
Right.
The shit that he's doing with that fucking costume and those wings is fucking dope. Like, it's just cool as shit, man.
Yeah, that landing and then using the sort of like the shockwave effect to knock the guys out, while being like a bit of a dick about it, I was like, I kind of like that. It's got a little bit of swagger to it. Like, wait for it. Huh? Ow. Fuck. I think I broke my leg. Like, yeah, that's dope. And because his suit is made from vibranium, he's definitely going to be allowed to do way more like insane things that he wouldn't otherwise be able to do. Yeah, I think it looks cool. I think it's finally nice to see him have a partner who can also fly, right? Because that kind of is a callback to him losing his partner originally when you meet him in Winter Soldier. And so to see two of these guys being able to fly in sort of some dynamic scenes is going to be a lot of fun, I have to imagine. Which is why I don't think you're seeing much of the other Falcon or Falcon doing much of anything in the trailer. I think they're kind of holding for that. So,
man, I want like, I think they described it as this, but I want a lot of like aerial Top Gun like battles, but like with these two dudes just like taking out planes.
Yeah, that's like, arguably exactly what it's going to be. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want, man. Taking out planes with a frisbee, with a 12-pound frisbee. Get the fuck out of here, man. Like I'm in it. I'm into this shit.
Yeah, dude. Like, and this is also taking place at that death of that Eternal as well, which the talk is that that's where they get adamantium from, and which is why there's like the brink of war because all these countries are trying to get it. Yeah, okay. I love how people are like, oh, they forgot about Eternals. I'm like, or they just hadn't gotten to that movie yet. Like, I don't know. Can't put everything in every movie. But
and then you have Harrison Ford as a fucking Hulk.
Yeah, and the CGI looks
man.
good. The CGI looks really good.
Crazy. Yeah, this looks dope.
Yeah, it as we were talking about beforehand. Yeah, it shouldn't be lost on anybody to see a black Captain America fighting a raging red president. Like, who's a fucking lunatic? Like, cool. Yeah, you can't pay for that kind of luck. So, unfortunately, we're all going to pay the price for that. You all, not so much me. But yeah, we shall see. But I think that trailer looks really dope. Looks great, and that is February 14th. So, if you have a loved one, you can take them to see that on Valentine's Day, and if you don't, well, you got nothing better to do. So just go to the movie. You fucking sad loser. All right. Any other parting words before we get out of here?
Go fuck
Doge.
yourself, American electorate.
Doge.
That's it. You fucking clowns. You brought this on yourselves. That's it.
All right,
we got to save some of that for tomorrow.
Oh well.
So no, I don't have anything else to say.
All right. More on that later. All right, later, guys.
See ya.
Take it easy.